Huwag na po tayo magkunwari. Alam naman ng buong madla na nagkakaraket sa mga proyekto.
Chief denies corruption allegations made against him by fugitive ex-Congressman Zaldi Ko.
As settlers arrested o pinagbibitiw ni bagong Public Works Secretary Vince Dizon ang lahat ng opisyal ng DPWH hanggang sa mga district engineer.
I tender my resignation as Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Mahiya naman kayo sa inyong kapwa Pilipino.
Kapag ka nagturo ka ng daliri kanino man, may tatlong daliring nakaturo pabalik palagi sa'yo.
Kailan ka naging politically aware?
Actually, naging politically aware ako nung panahon pa ni, Pinoy. Nung during the live coverage of yung Manila hostage crisis dun sa Carino Grandstand. So, parang naging, yun yung first backlash nung administration niya nun. Then, wala, parang curious ako. So, I followed the news. From there, parang nag-build up na ako ng interest sa politics. Ganun. Ikaw ba?
Ako siguro, nung senior high, super akong, wait lang nga.
Cut?
Hindi, okay.
Yo.
Naging politically aware ako nung senior high. Yes, like, talagang dun ako pinaka-namulat. I mean, mulat naman na ako before, pero parang mas na-realize ko yung importance ba na paano maging knowing what's going on in the government and what's going on in the politics. Tapos din, dun din siguro nag-grow pa yung love ko for journalism. Ganun.
So, yun nga, since medyo early rin naman tayo nagkaroon ng awareness. Ikaw, kailan ka ba formulate ng political opinion mo yung sarili mo talaga?
Siguro dun din nung senior high din.
Oh.
Kasi parang when you get your eyes open din, parang hindi mo na masasara. Alam mo yun?
Oo, tama. Actually, lugi niya ako sa'yo kasi ikaw ay background ka na sa journal. So, ako kasi wala akong background sa journal talaga. But, ako kasi I was able to develop my political opinion nung prior sa 2016 national elections. So,
26. Si Duterte?
Yeah, prior to his ayun. Nung pala, nagpa-file pa lang ata sila ng candidacy noon, then may mga napapansin na ako na mga news about, information about disinformation ba, ganun. Napapansin ko like, okay, parang bakit ganito, ganyan. So, through that, kasi parang, ayun nga, mahilig nga kasi ako magsaliksik. Wow.
Saliksik?
Saliksik. So, ayun, mahilig ako doon. So, kadang nakakita ako, sinishare ko, tapos dinidebunk ko.
Oh.
So, parang, wala akong pake kung sino-supportahan mo or what. Parang, basta nasabi ko yung gusto ko, yung totoo. Oo, kasi, parang, come on. Diba?
May basis naman.
May basis naman ako eh.
Siyempre. Ano mo ba yung ginagawa mo? Para siyang contribution din sa advocacy mo eh. Diba? Oo. Kasi, ngayon sa digital age, parang doon na lang din tayo nakakapag-voice out. And
Absolutely.
Madali na rin ngayon eh.
Oo.
And do you know na it's a form of activism?
Talaga?
Diba? Talaga.
Okay, so activism pala siya. Akala ko kasi parang
Eme na.
parang hindi naman, eme na, okay, ito yung opinion ko kasi regardless naman sa akin lang galing yung opinion ko. Factual opinion So, ayun. Actually, may yung mga kausap natin today is someone na in-invite para to talk about this. Isa siyang academic scholar.
Oh.
Kilala mo ba? Kilala mo? May guess ka?
Hindi. Wala pa. Sino?
So, isa pang clue. Current dean siya ng Graduate School of Law ng San Beda University.
San Beda pa!
Oo.
Oh.
Kapitbahay pa natin.
Hindi ba, ito ba yung Catholic priest na
Oo. Nadali mo.
Scholar.
Oo. Scholar. Wow, scholar.
And activate.
Sino ba? So, may guess ka. Sino?
Hindi ko na alam paano sabihin.
So, ayun na. Ang guest natin kasi for today is Father Rangelio Aquino. So, alam niyo naman na siguro, di ba, na recently, parang ang dami nating mga rally. Pero don't worry, di ba? Don't worry. There's nothing wrong with it. It's, activism yun, karapatan natin yun. So, Itong mga kausap natin na si Father would delve into this topic even deeper. So tara, pag-usapan natin yan sa Oh, so good afternoon, Father. Yung topic po natin today will be about activism. So, as someone po na may experience and has the background necessary to talk about this sensitive issue is, so tingin niyo po ba yung failures of local governance, like yung timely issue po ngayon na about sa flood control, yung mga classrooms na hindi pa tapos, which was declared na tapos na, would feed into a broader national political frustration among the youth?
It's of course the whole complaint, and in fact the huge rallies that took place in the past days are all directed at the government, and the failures of government are highlighted. Hindi mo masisisi ang mga tao because they think that government should have done better. But I have a different take on that eh. Ang isa ring tignan natin is the failure of the people. Because things like this, like non-performance or malperformance or graft and corruption, can happen because people are not sufficiently vigilant. Let's take the example of the ghost flood control projects or defective control projects. Itong mga flood control projects na itong mga tulay, itong mga daan, they are constructed within communities. So the members of the community are in a capacity na pagmasdan kung paano nagagawa yung mga project. Ang problema, saka lang nag-iingay kung may information na may katiwalian, bakit hindi sila nag-ingay nung ginagawa pa yung daan at nakikita na halos walang materyales na ginagamit o walang bakal na ginagamit o very poor ang workmanship or very slow ang workmanship? Doon pa lang, umalma na lang sana yung mga citizens. And student activism has a very important role in what I call citizens vigilance, which to me is very important if we are to deal with these national issues.
Yung kabataan ngayon po, parang active na sila sa mga gantong bagay. Ang kadalasan po kasi yung argument dyan, lalo na po ng mga panatiko, na sasabihin nila na, wala ka pa naman ng panahon nila. Wala ka pa namang alam sa ganyan, bata ka pa. Sa tingin niyo po, other than those is, ano pa po ba yung mga common na misconception sa mga student activists?
Okay, for student activism to be meaningful at nang makabuluhanan ang pag-aalma ng mga estudyante, the students have to be informed. That is why there should be a there should be a link between classroom work and their vigilance as citizens. When people complain, the complaint makes sense only if the complaint is an informed complaint. So, for student activism to be meaningful and for it to make a difference, students must be informed. For example, how many students are aware of the processes involved in budget preparation? How many of them would be willing to go to Congress during public hearings related to the budget to see and to watch what happens? How many would be willing to participate in dialogues when these are called? Alam mo, my experience, there have been several dialogues, symposia, programs called to discuss national issues. Pero halos kailangan pilitin ang mga estudyanteng mag-attend. Yun ang isang punto, no? For student activism to make an impact, it must come out of genuine information. It must come out from diligent study and learning.
Oo nga po, parang there are some what do you think po kaya yung mga risk or challenges na fina-face po ng mga student activists today? Since bata pa po or student pa po, like you said po na parang they need to know more about what's happening today po. Ano po kaya yung mga risk or challenges po nila?
You know, I do not see plenty of risk. Kung ang iniisip yung risk, yung matakip sila, o ma-EJK sila, o ma-kidnap sila, I don't think the risk lies in that. Rather, the risk is that many youth are co-opted or many youth are enticed na sumali sa mga ibang grupo. So instead of standing up for principles, for the Constitution, for what is right, they become the chanters of the slogans of one or the other interest group. So if you take note, for example, there are DDS groups, there is PBM group, there are the Pinklawans, there are the Dilawans, and in all of these groups, there are students who have been co-opted. The student role should rather be a critical role in the sense na masid sila, alamin nila kung anong nangyayari, and that they do not align themselves with one group so that they can be credible. That for me is the greatest risk, na mawalan sila ng credibilidad because they become the spokespersons of interest groups.
I see. Ayun po, since, nga po, yung sa tingin niyo po ba yung mga anti-corruption student movements is magkakaroon pa ba ng larger political movements over time? Kasi, ayun nga po, ngayong Nobyembre is sunod-sunod nga po yung mga rally. Do you think po na this will do something? Like, hanggang saan lang po ba, aside sa maririnig yung hinaing ng taong bayan, hanggang saan lang po ba aabot ang mga rally?
You know naman, rallies are good for a few days only. Soon we will move on. Kung ang inaasahan natin ay naparating sa mga kinauukulan ang hinaing ng bayan, well, of course, they know what it is and everybody is more careful now. But instead of continuing with these rallies, we have had enough of them. The next step is for us to be involved in the process of seeing to it that there is good governance. And that means vigilance on our part. So, I go back to my earlier point. Kung may nangyayaring katiwalian, it's because hindi umaangal ang mga tao. Walang naririnig sa kanila. Saka ka lang makarinig pag may bumagsak na bridge, pag may nasira na tulay, pag may nagiba na seawall, saka ka lang may narinig. Pero nakikita nila ang mga construction and public works, so dapat sila ang magsumbong, sila ang magtestigo. That's another point. Why is it that many graft and corruption cases do not succeed? Why is it that many graft and corruption cases are aborted kasi walang may gustong magtestigo? That's the point. Now, anong silbi ng pagmamarcha natin, makibaka, huwag matakot, etc., etc., kung natatakot naman tayo pag dumating na sa talagang crucial na proseso ng paglilitis? Doon kinakailangan ang tapang. Hindi yung tapang na magsigaw-sigaw doon sa mga kalsada, yung tapang na manindig na bilang testigo sa mga kasong hinaharap nitong may ginawang katiwalian.
Practically saying po is, hindi lang po dapat sa rally natatapos yung pagkilos ng taong bayan. Kumbaga po, dapat po, we should really get involved po talaga.
Yes, the rally, it cannot be the end of this thing. And kahit na mag-rally tayo every month, walang mangyayari unless we take our duties as citizens seriously.
Okay, so ayun nga po, since nandito po tayo sa usapan na ito ngayon, it's almost like a year sa investigation ng flood control projects. Sa tingin niyo po ba, meron pa bang mga bagong issue na niluluto ngayon na pwedeng maging ano na naman? Parang ganito rin ko na senaryo na nagsunod yung mga rally dahil sa flood control.
Let's not let's not underrate what has been going on so far. Magmula nung pumutok itong issue na ito, which by the way started when President Marcos called the attention of persons who were engaged in corruption in his now famous line in the State of the Nation address, "Mahiya naman kayo." That really is what started it all. So in a sense, the president was the initiator of this movement against corruption. Now, what Zaldico says is something that any person can say when he is at a safe distance and unwilling to come home to testify. So, wag nating maliitin yung mga nangyayari so far. So, the ICI has been doing a good job. Vince Dizon of DPWH has been doing a good job. There are cases that have been filed, but I hope this will not be something that takes place now. Ngayon nagmamasid tayo. This has to continue. And it really depends on us, the citizens. And you know, babalik tayo sa usapin tungkol sa mga halalan. Dapat natuto na tayo na ang mga taong pinipili natin sa halalan, dapat talagang we should be able to trust them. And I hope we have learned na yung mga taong may kayang magbayad, bumili ng maboto ng tao, sila rin kadalasan ang mga gumagawa ng katiwalian. So we should have learned from these experiences, and I hope that in the future, our electoral process can be more reliable.
Sir, do you think na ang mga Pilipino ay politically matured enough for this? Kasi may mga nababasa ako actually na comments na kung siguro kolonya pa tayo ng Amerika, hindi tayo nang problema ngayon. Mga ganung bagay, sir. May nakikita na kasi ako actually na comment na why did we push for independence?
You know, nobody and no country can bring about the maturity of a people. We must be mature. We must ourselves mature. And thinking about our experiences, reflecting on what happens, contributes to our maturation. So, a dialogue like this that we are doing now, when you will let other students listen to it, contributes to maturation. And I hope that our youngsters, apart from being interested in gigs, in parties, in outings, in excursions, in entertainment, will be as earnest about their role as citizens of the Republic. And one important measure that students can take is to be serious with their studies so that they can make an intelligent contribution to society.
Oo nga po, like talaga po yung students po talaga ang pag-asa ng bayan tulad po ng sabi ng national hero natin. What do you think po kaya that the government can learn from student activists po kaya in terms of public accountability and responsiveness po?
Well, students have already echoed what is said in our constitution about accountability. Let us not forget that in many democracies, it was student movement that made government examine itself, and in many cases brought about a change in government. But talking about that, I want to make this point clear also. Kahit gaanong o kahit ilang beses natin palitan ang mga taong namumuno, kung ang sistema ay bulok, it is a rundown system, wala tayong maaasahang pagbabago. Kaya I am also appealing for a change in the system. And the change in the system includes, among others, necessary constitutional amendments, if not constitutional revision, and also a change in the culture of public life. And in that regard, students can contribute.
Do you think, sir, na makikita natin sa lifetime natin yung ganong pagbabago na wala tayong ikakatakot na yung binabayaran nating buwis na galing sa hirap ng trabaho is mapupunta lang sa bulsa ng iba?
It all depends kung magpapatuloy ang ganitong sistema na pagpipili ng mga taong hinahalal natin. Kung ang pinipili ng mga taong bayan, ang yung may kayang bumili ng boto nila, tuloy-tuloy lang itong sistema na ito. See? So, estudyante rin ang tanungin ko, kung may mag-alok sa kanila ng mahalagang halaga, tanggapin ba nila at iboboto ba nila yung kandidato nag-alok? Yun ang challenge ko sa mga kabataan. Kasi madali lang sabihin, alam niyo mga kabataan, sila ang pag-asa ng bayan. Talaga? Sila ba talaga ang pag-asa ng bayan? Bakit marami sa kanila ang nakikiisa sa mga iba't ibang grupo kahit alam nilang mali yung paninindigan ng grupo na yan? Yun ang tanong ko.
Sa tingin niyo po ba, sir, is darating ba tayo siguro, kahit ngayon na siguro, sir, na hindi na natin kailangan mag-rally, but straight off getting involved na talaga sa yan, katulad na po ng sinabi niya, mga dialogo, sa pag-attend ng mga hearing, ganun.
That's exactly what we should be doing. And kung tayo mismo ay may nalalaman sa mga nangyaring katiwalian, handa ba tayong humarap sa hukuman at magtestigo? Yun ang importante. Kasi pag dumating sa punto na yan, ang daming tao, pati estudyante, ang natatakot na humarap bilang testigo. Yun ang importante. So, ito ang hamon ko. Kung ang isang estudyante, may alam siyang katiwalian, he knows firsthand the malfeasance in government, is he going to muster the courage to testify? May tapang ba siya na humarap sa hukuman at magtestigo at ituro kung sinong gumawa ng katiwalaan? Doon talagang nakikita ang tapang, hindi sa pagmamarcha-marcha dyan sa kalsada.
May mensahe po ba kayo sa future generation at mga current generation po ngayon, sir?
As I said, in many countries, students made a difference. Students really made a difference. And the reason is because students are enlightened, students are critical, and students are able to ask questions that adults who are politically aligned will not be able to ask. I, of course, maintain the position that any student movement that leads to violence, that leads to death, that leads to cruelty can never be good. Hindi pwedeng tularan yung mga student movement na ang kinahantungan ay yung pagpatay, pagpaslang sa mga taong nasa poder. That cannot be a good example. That cannot be a moral example. But for students to lead the people in a critical examination of the questions that bother us, for students to have the courage to gather the people in critical discussion, for students to raise the questions na kailangan tanungin, and for students to be able to witness to the truth, that is crucially important. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you so much din po, Father. Thank you so much.
Thank you po, sir, for giving us this, Thank you po. Para mas,
So, kung point talaga ni Father Aquino, parang education is really, really important. I mean, matagal na natin naririnig yun that education is important and it's something na hindi matatanggal talaga sa'yo or nobody can take it away from you. I mean, ulit-ulit natin naririnig and I think na mas lalong nagkaroon ng diin dun when it comes to politics.
Actually, oo. Kasi I strongly believe na education talaga yung cornerstone ng country natin. Kaya, alam niyo yun na
I mean,
yun
hindi
yung
ng country natin.
lang lahat. Kaya nga, yan yung kinakatakutan ng alam nyo na, yung mga magna. Yun yung kinakatakutan nila na maging literate yung mga botante. Syempre, hindi mo maluloko yan pag alam niya na, okay, ganito. Bakit, di ba? May mga kaya na
naging mulat na yung mga tao, takot sila.
Oo, takot sila dun.
And it all starts there It all starts kapag, parang nasabi ko kanina, once your eyes get open, hindi na may masasara Diba?
Tama.
And parang, it also starts on getting involved, na magkaroon ng pake. Ganun.
Oo, kasi, tama naman actually si Father na kanina, na hindi lahat makukuha natin sa rally. Totoo. After a few days, totoo na patay na yung issue. Pero, getting actually involved, engaging in dialogues, attending yung hearings, dahil publicized naman yung mga hearing ngayon, di ba? Pwede tayo ma-attend actually, lahat.
So, we just have to put time into it.
Oo. Pero, it all boils down nga kasi kung hanggang saan ka magko-commit. Are you just going to bark at the wrong tree or are you actually going to do something about it?
I love that. Bark at the wrong tree. Sukat So, nakuha natin yung perspective ng isang political analyst. Ano kaya yung perspective ng mga kabataan?
Naku, aabangan niyo yan, guys. Kasi madiin yung susunod nating guest. Kaya, ayun, abangan niyo. Dito sa...
Tara,
Let's talk!